Hi, today I'm going to show you how to get started on your electric eel wheel. I have a piece of yarn, it's a lead yarn, about 1.5 feet long, and it's going to help you to get your yarn started onto the bobbin. So what I'm going to do is thread it onto the bobbin, and I have a piece of tape here to secure it. It'll keep it from sliding, especially when you start. And then I put it through the back hook and the front hook. And I need my orifice hook, and I'm going to thread it through and pull my yarn through to the front. Now, it's going to be hard to just use this to get your yarn on it, so I like to tie a little knot, and then I usually split my yarn, and that gives it a nice pocket to put my roving. So I take a piece of roving, and you're not going to be able to easily spin a giant chunk of yarn, so it's easier if you peel off a piece that looks roughly like the size of yarn you want. So I've got a little more of a snake instead of a cloud, and I'm going to put it through this loop here, and this is just to get started. And I'm going to fold it back over itself. So this roving has different thicknesses, and your job when you feed it through here is to smooth it out to roughly the same thickness all the way through. So you can pre-draft it by stretching it a little bit before you feed it through. This is like an technique to try, especially if you're first starting, so you don't have to think about two things at the same time. So I'm just pre-drafting is what it's called. So I have my yarn roughly at the same thickness, and it's still folded over, and it's on 0, and my tension I need to adjust. So I'm going to click it on, and I'm going to start my speed. Now, it's not pulling in at all, it's just sitting there. That means I want to tighten up the tension. So I'm going to dial the tension in, and it's starting to pull away from my hands. It's okay, you just pinch it. Now, what you want to do is, once you let go, that twist is going to travel up the length of this. So I'm going to pinch here, and I'm going to unpinch, and you'll see the spin just shot right up this piece of yarn. So now I'm going to pinch it again, and give it some space, and then I'm going to pinch here because that twist is going to travel up. I'm going to pinch it again, and so this is basically what the nature of spinning is getting twist into the yarn. Now, something I would like to show you is there's a lot of twist in this. It's getting kind of hard, and I can test the twist. I'm just going to fold it back on itself to see. Here's how it looks if it's going to be plied. It's a little bit over twisted because I've done it pretty slow and I've let it twist quite a bit. But as you can see, it's not going to damage your yarn. You could hold it here for a long time while you work and get this to where you want it. And so just to show you, if I let this go, this twist is going to travel back up the yarn. And once it's twisted, it's really hard to get it to thin out. So make sure that you control where and how far your twist has traveled. So here, look, this is very easy to manipulate. But before the twist, it's pretty much yarn right now. You can't do much to it. So here I go again. I like my tension. It's pulling just a little bit, but not too much. And then I'm just going to slide this, let the twist flow down into the roving, and I'm always pinching part of it off. If you let it go, it'll travel as far as it can. This yarn wants to be twisted. So here's what I'm doing. And it's going in. It's not pulling too much, but it is pulling. And once I get the hang of it, I think, oh, I can go a little faster. This yarn can pull more. You can just keep adjusting until you get to a place where you feel really comfortable. You can see I'm just pulling it out with my hand. This. So I'm always controlling this, where the twist goes. And that's the basics of spinning. I hope you enjoy your wheel.